New Minivan musician.
What up, though, and welcome to Minivan Musician, episode number 8. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell for updates. This week we're going to get right into it.
It was worth it. Time away from family, worth it. My girl not understanding me, worth it.
What's up? We are
What up,
back with number 8, installment number 8 of Minivan Musician. So,
Hold up, special shout out to all the people that's been watching. The viewership's gotten huge. If you got suggestions of things you want to keep coming back, things you want us to talk about, leave in the comments. And yeah, for those that haven't, subscribe, hit the bell, like the video. And yeah, thanks again to everybody that's been tuning in.
absolutely. You guys are so appreciated. We can't do it without you. Since it just passed during the week, how was your Christmas?
Yes. Very blessed. I use that word. I have notes here, by the way, because we have a lot to cover, and I was stammering a bit last time. We're going to be broke for a minute, as much of America is, but the kids deserve their gifts. I mean, they all worked hard, did really well this year, well behaved, so it's like, you know, it's sort of a positive message to kind of really hook them up on Christmas. Made sure they got Bibles, at least the two that are old enough to read, because me personally, like, I want them to start to feel the positivity of having some sort of faith and understanding what the actual holiday is about. And one of the things I like to see in 2020 is more God, like in holidays that are about God specifically, you know, and the people who have faith to kind of talk about it a little bit more, because it's treated a lot like, I don't know, like a weird, dirty little secret, you know, like it's some thing that people, almost like it's a race, like you're born with it and you don't talk about it. But a lot of these people aren't born with it. They went and, you know, they found something great. So it's, you know.
Yeah, I agree. If you believe, I mean, then don't be ashamed of that.
Right. And what I meant by like a race is like something that you don't talk about, not because it's bad, but just because it's a part of you. It's, you know what I mean?
So
like
you think you don't have to,
yeah,
you know?
and it's kind of like, no, man, if you're proud of something, talk about it.
Yeah,
You know, if something makes you
absolutely.
happy, talk about it. It might make somebody
Educate
around
people.
you happy. You know what I mean? So I would just like to see that. I wanted to throw that in there because it seemed like there was a lot of people celebrating Christmas, and that's fine. But it seemed like the ones who, I didn't see everyone, but the ones who had faith weren't really talking about what the holiday was about to those who didn't. So whatever, enough of that. But no, it was blessed. It was great. We made it about 2020, like meaning it was, you know, new house, new this, new that. Kind of like, here's what's going to happen in the upcoming year. Even the next day we went somewhere right near our house to kind of show what it'll be like, you know, in the summer and whatnot around here.
It was nice. It was nice having the boys here, and it was good. It was a good feeling. I was happy. So this upcoming show, it's coming up quickly. Detroit Rave City. Are you ready for the show?
Ready. I mean, I had to alter my set and all that kind of stuff, you know, and I haven't been performing a lot live. I've been trying to utilize the internet and all that, but I think I got something nice put together. Restless helped with that. D-Scan helped with the last beat, and he's on the track. So, I mean, it's going to be a cool thing that comes together. Basically, it's like a trial boom bap set. You know, like a boom bap set that's like, you know, for those outside of that crowd. We're going to see how it goes, see if they appreciate it, you know, if they like the artistry behind it. You know, here's a real life of a struggling artist, no merch. And I know I would have been able to sell a ton of real rap back gear. Not able to do that. We'll
Kids
have
come
some
first.
Yeah, shout out to D Menace. We're definitely gonna have some CDs out there, sanctioned hits, so that's cool. And we'll have some live footage next week on Minivan Musician and on this channel. So peep out the other playlists we have here. Peep them out anyway. And sorry y'all, I'm manic, man. Medication issue. We'll talk about that on a different episode.
But yeah, it's gonna be a good show. I mean, and for those of you in that scene that, you know who I am, I'm just going to tell you right now, I know a lot of you are hip-hop heads, and you're really going to enjoy this, and I wouldn't just say that, so.
Yep, shout out Chase a Dream, too. He's going to be doing his thing. He's been doing a rave hop thing, and people do like it a lot, so.
Absolutely.
We're just taking it a little more to the gutter when it comes to the music. You know, the boom bap, the street hop.
For sure.
As I call it.
Shout out Chase, my fellow Mac Miller lover. Anyway, so you mentioned this last week. What do you want to leave in 2019? Like, what are some things you want to leave in 2019?
No cap. Stop with the no cap shit. I don't know why that shit irritates me. I don't know if other people like identify, but it's overused as a motherfucker. This shit don't even make a lot of sense. And for some reason, people my age and older are using it more than teenagers. That's when something's played out. Stop. It's over with. It's done. You know, that I was trying to think of like hashtags and shit that piss me off, and that's one of them. You know what I'm saying? I get tired of things easy though. I have ADD, so you have to like, you know, excuse that, but glorifying drug usage.
Please stop.
I really hope we leave there. And I know we're not glorifying it like necessarily people are yelling out, yo, I'm popping it. Well, they kind of do.
Some of them do, yeah.
But I mean, just, it reminds me of like the heroin chic fashion shit back in the day, except it's more realistic. The drugs are actually being used, but it's like the look, the way of talking, the mumbling, like all that shit. Leave it behind because it's just helping to perpetuate a really fucked up trend that we've seen the blowback from in hip-hop too much, and it's been a lot of talent that's actually gone because of it. So let's stop oversensitivity. Everybody's fucking offended by something. Not everyone is a victim. I know everybody wants to be, but you don't have to like really emotionally react to everything you hear. I bet you just did though, if you're one of those people.
I'm sure.
You just hit dislike, whatever, that's fine. You know, I dislike your life, you know.
I'm offended by your life.
The oversensitivity, let's cut that down, man. It's America. We ain't soft like that, man. Stop it. The same melody in pop songs, man. There's a lot of catchy melodies. Utilize more than one. See, I got a little list. These are things I hope stop, and I'm not saying they're going to. The spreading of fake news.
Oh, Lord, yes.
I have friends that almost everything they post, I have to, like, correct them. But by the time I do, like 50, 60 people are in an outrage, you know, and
then it makes
I
you
come
look
in, I'm
like,
dude, you know this was like proven fake like 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like that makes, it ain't even about me looking like an ass or whatever by correcting it. What it does is it like miseducates people.
Absolutely.
And it makes people divide based on a premise that ain't even real. So, I mean, there's that, false accusations. I bring this up because, and I don't know this, I apologize if I'm wrong, but it's happened. Something similar happened to me before. There's a Dame Dash situation right now where it looks like he's being accused of, he's being wrapped up in the Me Too movement based on spite, based on something that did not happen. Like, you know, read up on it. I just got put onto it by Pittsburgh Pat. The false accusations make the real situations cheapened. So then nothing ever gets achieved. And just the PC stuff in general, man. Everybody's got their own lane. You know, it almost seems like the internet brought everybody together too much. The social media, I should say. To where everybody feels like it should all be, the whole world should have one message, one this, one that. It's like, no, man, people still have their groups and that's great. You know, you should. There should be some individuality. So don't get so offended just because people don't rock with you like that, man. Most people don't rock with me. Do I look like I care? I might a little bit, but I mean,
everybody
that's a level
cares
where I'm
a
a
little
fucking
bit,
cry
but
about it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just the stuff I'd like to leave in 2019. And me personally, I think that was like your next question, because we do half-ass plan these.
yeah.
I'll just jump into it. Cigarettes, I'm trying to leave. People, I ain't even gonna get into it. Everybody already knows that, like, it's literally the worst thing for your health long term you could possibly have, or possibly do. So there's that. What was the other thing I was thinking of? Oh, just self-control. You know, meaning if it's not smoking, I'm allowing myself to not eat so well, or, you know, allowing myself to be lazy one day, allowing myself to not confront some issue that's like an elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of forcing myself to be uncomfortable. And that's when they say that you develop things, whether it's personal,
Absolutely.
professional. When you're uncomfortable is when you know, so I'm trying to do that. And I'm going to stop trying to, and I've already shown this, stop trying to please different fan bases. You know what I'm saying? I'm more like a Sean P type at this point.
Hey!
I'm just like, this is what the fuck I do. If you don't like it, fine. You know,
Fuck
move on
outta
to
here.
something else. Fuck out of here. Like, that's kind of where I'm at.
I don't
like,
give a fuck about none of y'all rappers.
I always, the message, the flow, the lyrics, all that stuff is always 100% me. But I saw myself over the years trying to pick instrumentals that'll make more people happy, or maybe choose certain collaborations or certain marketing. And now I'm just like, nah. Like, I'm using the images I want to use, the flow I want to, you know, I'm just going with it. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not going to work with lazy people.
Yeah.
We're just talking about this in the house, man. And I'm not talking about, you know, it's not the blatant laziness I'm talking about. It's the people who really, truly convince you that they're on the same tip as you. You know, like, and they'll sit there and lecture online about how people should do this and that and blah, blah, blah. They'll actually give fucking advice on, like, how to...
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, yo, you're on, like, 15 projects. I ain't seen you sharing them. I ain't seen you throwing it in people's face, pause. I ain't seen you, like, doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I have a hard time doing that. I hate doing sales. Well, I do it at work, but that's a whole different thing. But I'm saying I don't like selling, like, to a complete stranger my own art. You know what I'm saying? I don't like spamming people. I don't like marketing. I don't. Even though I'm good at it, I've done it, like, at my job for years. I don't like it. Like, I just feel like this is art. I should be able to just do it. But yet and still, I push the hell out of it to the point where people could get tired of it. And every time, just when I think it's too much, it gains me a lot of people that really appreciate my music. But what I'm saying is, man, it ain't hard to click share. It ain't, you know, take some pride in your work. So I'm gonna stop fucking with lazy people. There's only been a few, but most people wouldn't even know about because they ain't did shit. But I'm just saying, like, that's kind of like a resolution or whatever. I'm gonna only work with like-minded people who are willing to put in what I'm putting in. And if they're not, we're just, you know, if there's not other people, I mean, it'll just be me. That's fine. You know, so.
Yeah, I feel you on all that. I mean, something that I really would like to leave in 2019 would be, you know, the fucking bullshit that just invokes a lot of this whole scene and a lot of, you know, the hip-hop scene. I've seen it in other music scenes, whatever. That'll obviously never completely go away. But, like, the bullshit, the freaking he said, she said, gossip, drama, fucking little girl-ass type of fucking bullshit.
No, the real resolution should
Man.
be, like, people who are really, like, you know, working and have some talent and stuff like that should just be able to close their ears to those people.
That's exactly what I'm
You know
saying.
Like,
all
they're
that,
not gonna stop.
all
Like,
that,
they ain't gonna stop.
those people are never gonna stop. So all that needs to be left in 2019.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
I'm not gonna, you know, sit there
I see
and
why you dragged the statement out, is because you have certain people in mind, but you don't want to give them.
yeah, there's
You know
plenty.
who you are.
And you know, you don't deserve any more of our time. So
I'll say it one last
there's
time.
that.
We'll move on because shit's dragging. I got one thing to say, and I've said it before. Okay, take the time that you take finding different services to buy dislikes for our videos, and for all the what do you call it, like the gossiping and the conniving, like creating scenarios to turn people against each other. Take that time,
Put it
practice
in your
rapping, bitch. I promise you, you will get better. I mean, if you get a fraction as good as you've gotten at being fuckboys, dude, I'll be sitting here trying to PayPal you money for a feature.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And instead of you piggybacking me, but let's leave
Just
it
the
off.
dumb
Next
shit.
thing.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, how do you feel about the state of hip-hop going into 2020? You know, this is a new decade here. Like, 2020. How do you feel about the state of hip-hop?
Actually, kind of positive. I'm surprised I'm saying that, but we've talked about it before, that the whole thing with, like, Griselda has shown that, and I said it, y'all check out the 2019 recap freestyle I put up yesterday, was it?
Yeah, shit's dope.
I mentioned this and that. Like, I mean, honestly, it almost kind of signified that FM radio, or at least that type of success, being the only way you could make it, at least, like, on a big commercial level. Griselda kind of showed that that's not true anymore. Basically, almost like FM radio's dead. They came out with something grimy, completely different from what other people were doing. They branded it their way. I mean, very similar to the way that I'm trying to do things, where it's just me. You know what I'm saying? And the people responded. And it's not just them. It's just they're kind of the big mainstream one. But you're even seeing mainstream artists right now who, they may have kind of like a new age flow a little bit or whatever, but they do got some content. Like, in other words, I'm seeing stuff in a mainstream arena that previously, just like a year ago, didn't belong there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I actually feel pretty good about it. I mean, the boom bap's kind of back. The nostalgia with things like the Woo Show and all of that seems to bring the culture back.
Absolutely.
Like, young kids, like, that are looking for something to believe in, that sort of thing, like, they'll kind of notice the things that we left behind. We being cats who go into the rap part of hip-hop, but, like, they start asking questions about paying attention to things like graffiti and, you know, breakdancing and shit like that, and turntablism. So it's like, the culture's kind of maybe coming back a little bit. Some of our fashion labels are
goes in a
back.
circle, so things
Hell
will come
yeah.
back around. Maybe it's about to be that time.
Yeah, if y'all search boom bap on, you know, boom bap music, beats, rap, whatever, on YouTube, you'll see like thousands of kids making boom bap beats, you know, because that's like the only word that they have for it right now, besides like what I was saying, street hop. And those kids, you got to realize, man, like, the youth is the root of hip-hop culture, you know what I'm saying? And it's showing you what's going to happen. I feel good about it.
Yeah, for
I do.
sure.
Like, I might get a little taste of, before I die, I might get a taste of, like, this era in the 90s, or, you know, whatever. You know, maybe even a better, improved version of it. I'm open to that.
Yeah, shit. So, what are you planning for the upcoming year?
Okay, bunch of shit. I've mentioned most of it on here before, though. In March 9th, B's birthday, I'm releasing the Diamonds from Verb, the Rockefeller mixtape. After that, this is something I don't think I've mentioned before. We doing another one, at least it's tentatively planned. It's going to be a Havoc and Alchemist project.
Which is going to be dope.
Oh yeah, like that's you know, those two right there kind of cover every beat I've ever wanted to rap on, you know what I'm saying? But we'll have some really notable people on there too, trying to represent the culture properly. I'm trying to work with Just Blaze this year.
Just Blaze, my favorite producer ever.
That shit sounds crazy, but look, man, when I get done wrecking all of these beats and all of that, and I keep doing the other stuff that's in my plan, I'm not going to sit here and bore everybody with, I'm going to approach dude and try to do a track. That'll be something on my bucket list right there. Not that I plan to kick it anytime soon, but there will be a new album this year. It's just these mixtapes and everything are going to lead up to it. And it's going to be something special. It's going to be something with a very dramatic push and a very big change in content, while staying consistent. But, you know, it's going to take it up a notch. Going to do some out-of-town performances in the spring, summer, probably the fall as well. And we're going to keep doing daily YouTube shit. Like right now we got the Friday, the Saturday, and the Monday. We're adding some other stuff in there. One thing in particular is going to be dope as hell if I can make it happen. But I'm leaving it alone right now because I'm not sure about the other person's involvement, if they have the time for it. But a lot of stuff, just constant content. So stay subscribed.
Yeah,
follow
for
me.
sure.
I'm going to include a lot of people in what I'm doing too.
Stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. For real. Subscribe. Make sure you're
We're going to keep trying to improve. You know, on this tip, like that was something I wanted to add. You know, like I always say, if you have criticism, you know, hit me up. Or not even just criticism, but like I said, if you got something you want us to cover, or even if you want me to rap on something in particular, I'll do it. I started out doing that kind of shit, so I'm with it.
And if you want to be a guest on the show, hit us up too.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we will definitely be down for that stuff too.
Yeah.
So, speaking of growing a fan base and brand, you're offering a service to one or two artists?
Yeah. I did SEO work professionally for a lot of years. So, I had, if you pay attention to the performance of these YouTube videos, in a very short amount of time, they've shot up, and it's a lot of work on my end. I kind of have some things figured out. I can take, me, I'm trying to, get to my niche audience where, like, my cap where I'm trying to be might only be, 10,000, views for each new video. But maybe your audience, in other words, I can grow you times 10. Times 20. I mean, we started out getting 120 views in the first one. We had like 2,600 last week. It's only been 7 weeks. So, I mean, that's just, I can definitely, and I'm looking for one or two people that I can do that for. I will have to look at what you're doing and see if, if it's a good fit. I'm not just going to take a couple dollars from somebody, because trust me, I'm giving it away for almost free. I'm not going to, unless it can also make me look good and we look good together, we're both, shining in this situation, I'm not going to do it. So if you come at me with something I don't think I can grow, I'm going to be honest with you. But, for the most part, I can do it for just about anybody. I can definitely help you get your shit streamlined.
Hell yeah. So you're doing something with this channel in the upcoming weeks that's non-music related, correct?
Yep. I have written a book, and I am going to be treating it like an ebook, reading it on here. It's kind of an organized crime story. I've had it written for practically 2 decades, adding on, changing things, stuff like that, and just kept putting it on the back burner. I finally have it together. I'm going to be presenting it here in its own playlist, and it's definitely got a deeper message in it. It's not just, a simple crime family type thing, loosely based on reality. I think people really dig it. I think the main character from this will really resonate with people.
Yeah,
so,
it's some good stuff from what I...
Yeah, definitely. If you're into literature, or if you drive a lot, check it out. Steen, check it out.
Yeah.
You guys driving just like me. I mean, I listen to fucking ebooks and shit and stories and stuff online to pass the time, so... I mean, I'm thinking I'll be able to provide something for people that maybe these things don't,
For sure. So what's new on this channel this week?
Okay, so there's the recap of 2019, the freestyle. I'm going to be giving a snippet of a track called Lovelands that it was the one we mentioned we're doing a special video for, like a homemade video and stuff, showing that you can really do something cool with limited resources, but it's kind of a personal track. It's pretty deep. I'm going to give a snippet of that in the upcoming week. I think, if you ever liked any music I have on here, I think this will take it up a notch. It'll be something you love. I'm going to have some footage from the show. Definitely.
Hell yeah.
Probably not just hip-hop footage either. So, you'll find something you like no matter who you are. And there'll be a couple new playlists on here. I want you to check the ones I have, but there'll be a couple new ones kind of organizing things and offering, some people's work that maybe you haven't seen before.
For sure.
So there's that.
So you're joining forces with a company this year?
Well, my man DJ Restless of Restless Entertainment has taken what he does to a new level. Basically, he trimmed the fat, got rid of people who were lazy, you know what I'm saying, who weren't serious. And, we haven't, formally worked nothing out, but, we've worked together a lot, so gonna kind of maybe formalize it a little bit or kind of team up on some things. He's looking to kind of do a label type of thing. I'm looking for a partnership type of thing. Pause. So maybe something in between there somewhere, because there's a lot of people down his way that like my shit. I got people up here loving his. So I mean, I think it would connect well.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a talented dude, man. It works his
Very
ass
much,
off.
very
I don't know how
much.
he gets so much done. Honestly, I don't.
Dude's a machine.
So, yeah, for real. I'm a machine. It's his song, I guess.
But, yeah, I like that. The trim the fat of the lazy people reminded me of the passion and desire never blends with lackadaisical. Very
Yeah,
true.
exactly. And that's the best way to say
Very
it, man. I'm not
true.
putting nobody down saying they're lazy in general. I'm saying that maybe they just don't have the willpower, the more emotional fortitude. Maybe they just don't care about doing music enough.
Put in the footwork. Put in the footwork. If it's
If
worth
it's a
it.
hobby and you don't want to go any further with it, that's fine. But
Yeah.
just don't sell it to people as I'm the hardest working out. You know you're not. No, you're not. I mean, for real, I feel lazy half the time, and I'm looking.
You do more.
I try, but I mean, I do know, like, Restless is a good example. I don't know how that man gets so much shit done. Quality stuff too, not trash. You know what I'm saying?
What tracks are DJ Restless?
Whole Nother Level, which was kind of like the street single off of my Mad King album. Murder Bears, which is a classic to people who know my music. That track is great. It's hilarious, and it's mainly because of his beat, man.
Good track.
He did the beat for Don't Wait For Me, the track with me and Lakes the Great, Unsanctioned Hits. Shit, I think did I jot it down? Oh shit, he did the Cloud Chasers remix.
Oh,
which
yeah.
was originally Crazy L's beat, but he
Right.
flipped it. And, you
Shout
know
out
what I'm saying?
Crazy L.
Yeah, he kind of pumped that joint up. And Angels, which a lot of people's favorite joint at Sanctioned Hits, the most ignorant, crunk, fucking Return to Crunk. That's most people's favorite joint on the album. And it's kind of like ignorant on purpose, you know what I'm saying? It's got that in the club, elbow throwing, you know, that kind of energy. But
Yeah.
that track is insane, for real. That track is dope.
Anything new coming for Minivan Musician number 9?
Okay, so this upcoming week, we're going to have footage from the show. And it's definitely going to be some live shit. A few announcements that I'm holding back just because we got so much going on right now. I feel like they're important and I want to hit on them for real. I'm going to start doing a useful story for artists, meaning something I really failed at coming up. A lot of people know in the past I got really, really far, and you know I ended up leaving music, and this is kind of like a comeback time or whatever for me. But there's a lot of things that I can look back on and give you some interesting information. And the times that it's not interesting, it'll be just straight up funny, because I got some funny ass stories and shit, and I'm not afraid to share failures. You know what I mean? Like they're just funny memories at this point. So there'll be that too. So yeah, just stay tuned and you know, just watch for if we add another, you know, day of the week where we do something. You know, if you subscribe, you'll get that update to let you know. What is it? Cloud Chaser remix.
Yeah, that's another thing we can leave in 2019. Clout chasing.
Ain't going nowhere.
So what should our new viewers check out before we check out here?
Check out the playlist, man. Like, a lot of times people will kind of, you know, they'll be interested in what we're doing, and it's like, I got a lot of playlists and a lot of content on here. So, I mean, if you check out I believe it should be the first playlist you see if you look at the playlist, the whole list of them. It's the one that's like Street Hop 2020. That is the freestyles, the Griselda joints with the 2019 recap. We on 5 of those right now. We're going to keep doing those. People seem to really like those, so we definitely going to keep that alive. And then the Sanctioned Hits album is there. Every damn track. You know what I'm saying? So that's through the distributor. So I had to add it to a playlist, claim it, blah, blah, blah. Like, long story short, it ain't getting the love it should. You know, you ain't able to put your little swag on it as far as like the keywording and the descriptions. It just kind of sits out there. So check out the Sanctioned Hits joints. And you know, I didn't do one today. You know, today's supposed to be the day that I do the song snippet Saturday. I didn't do one because of trademark shit with Jay-Z. So you know, fuck Jay-Z.
Nah.
You know, I mean, it is what it is. You know, like, I'll upload one of the other ones. It's just like last minute I kept having problems with it, and YouTube wasn't telling me why I was having problems with it. So I'm gonna throw that Lovelands. That's kind of what made me decide to throw a Loveland snippet out there. That joint that nobody's gonna hear. It ain't gonna be released for months. I'm gonna throw that out there instead. So just give me a day or two on that one. But other than that, you know, just keep showing support. We'll do the same for everybody out there that's doing creative works, and just kind of stay updated with the stuff that we add throughout the week.
Absolutely. Hit subscribe and keep watching. Thanks for the love. We really appreciate it for sure.
Hell yeah.
So, with that,
Bring real rap back.
bring real rap back and end clout chasing.
And check out the links in the description. I got links to my works, other people's works, the real rap back gear, all of that.
Hell yeah.
Stuff you can't get here is there.
So, till next week. Peace.